Go.
A fine and lovely good evening. Guess what? Big Daddy's back, and wait till you see who I have coming on here in just a minute. But first, I got to talk about my sponsors. My guys, everybody that's on this show gets a Big Daddy smile loudly. And this week, I'm going to Perfect Portals. I love Karen and the friends up there in Canada. And of course, the one and only, one of my all-time favorites, Mr. Ben Stowe from NLFX. Gaff tape for life.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, I'll tell you. But my guest this evening is probably, I became friends with this woman instantly when I met her. She is, and I'm on a mission to help event pros learn a proven system for success. Right now, she's got an amazing business called Wedding Venue Map. And tonight, she's going to be sharing with us a whole bunch of stuff. But before we go on, ladies and gentlemen, friends, family, and honored guests, my awesome friend, Shannon Tarrant.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Oh, Shannon, I know it's the late one and everything, but I am so honored to have you here. So tell my friends about yourself.
You DJ schedules, you run a whole different time zone in the DJ world.
Amen to that, kiddo. Amen to that.
So I've worked in the wedding industry for the last 20 years in the Central Florida market and started my career in offsite catering, shifted over to the world of venues, and truly then just needed a break from that client experience. And so I left the industry to focus on just coaching and consulting different wedding businesses, teaching them like secrets of my success and how we've been able to grow the companies that I had worked for. And in that, found a great hole in our local market to build what's known in our market as Wedding Venue Map, which is a local search engine. It's a print and digital resource for couples planning their wedding to connect to venues and super high quality vendors. So think like a directory, but hyper local, only in Central Florida.
Got it. Got it. What drives you to do what you do? Why do you love what you do so much?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I come from a place of being a helper. Like, I really love helping other people find easier ways to do things and to find, that success without the extra effort, if that makes any sense. So being able
Absolutely.
being able to teach them systems and, when I public speak at conferences and things like that, or, teach courses online, it's being able to help give them those tools to do it easier and faster in a simplified way, rather than struggle busing it all the way through, which is what most of us do as entrepreneurs.
Absolutely. Now, you spoke when I met you.
Mhm.
You spoke twice. That was your first ever DJ focused convention, correct?
Yeah, I've definitely have spoken at a lot of different the special event, Cater Source, Wedding MBA, and some other, different associations and WIPA and groups like that and NACE, but it was my first DJ conference and convention. So it was pretty cool.
And I have to tell you, guys out there, when I saw this woman, heard this woman speak, she had me from hello, number one. Number two, I'm going in there because I had the honor of introducing her and everything. I got to know her a little bit before we started. And of course, said her wrong name and everything else as a joke. But I became Big Mama after the first time I said her name wrong.
You call me Sharon, you get to be Big Mama.
I'm Big Mama for life now.
You're saved in my phone as Big Mama, so don't fool yourself. That's
Amen.
what your name is.
That's all that matters. But what are you, for the guys, most of the people out there are DJs. What are you trying to help DJs with? Because when you spoke, you had everybody at hello. Everybody's like, write down. I've never seen these people write and type as fast as they were. What are you trying to get across to my list, to these folks?
I think that as a speaker and educator, it was cool. Casey from the Marquee Show, saw me at Wedding MBA and said, damn, she's sassy. She's fun. She's hell of inappropriate. And she needs to come and speak for the DJs. And when we started having that conversation about, what is one of those topics, one of my like most passionate topics is about building referrals. Because I think in, the world we're in today, there's so much marketing opportunity in between social media and website and SEO and online ads. And there's just so much coming at us of all this digital stuff that changes every 5 minutes that it's great, but we've kind of gotten away from some of that old school relationship building and how to grow your business. That stuff doesn't take a lot of money. So it's great for the well-established people, reminding them, how important that is, but it's also an easy way for the newbies to really get started to grow their business.
For me, listening to what you had this, both of your seminars were amazing. But back to old school, remember, you're only as good as your last event.
Yeah.
How were you at your last event? How were you prompt, timely? Did you do a site visit? Did you let them know? Did you play by house rules? That's a biggie.
Yeah.
Did you play by house rules? And there's so many other things that will set you apart from the other person. Why are they going to call you first? Just like, why are they going to call Shannon for what you do? Because you are different. You are that person that just lets them know, here, I'm here for you.
Yeah.
For me, on my end, it's what sets me apart. Number one, I'm the oldest DJ living. Number one.
Maybe not officially. I live in Florida, so we've got some oldies down here too. This is where all the DJs from New York, New Jersey retire and keep going is in Florida.
Oh, so that's why the walker and wheelchair sales went up into Florida.
We got a whole set down here.
But what sets everybody apart is your heart.
Yeah.
You have to remember what you're there for. You're there for two best friends that are getting married or whatever event you're doing. You are there for them, because my big quote is, if there's no them, there is no us. But what three things can you tell? It doesn't have to be just three. If you want to go 4 or 5, whatever you want, the floor is yours, madam.
Well, I think as somebody who, with my business being Wedding Venue Map, and we're venue first before all other vendor categories, I get to have great conversations with the venues. So they kind of overshare some of the biggest mistakes that vendors, including DJs, will make when it comes to building those relationships. And I think, one of my easiest suggestions, which I shared at Marquee, is that after each event, sending that really simple check-in email saying, we really loved working here. We loved working with you. If you're at a venue that maybe the person you're emailing is not the person who was there that day, but checking in to see, how did everything go? How did we do? Especially if you're a multi-op, I feel like as an owner, you might not know what your DJs are doing on site. You might not have known they were late or known that they wouldn't move their car. And so sending that one email after almost every single event saying, how did we do? What could we have done better? How do we be a better partner for you? Is such an easy way to set yourself apart, because no one is doing that.
Amen.
They're just not.
Amen. For me, because my company's a multi-up, but not a multi, because we don't own all the equipment. My guys don't own their own equipment.
Yeah.
I'm calling or texting the banquet person, because I always get their cell phone. I'm calling the banquet person, and I'm calling the person that's the head of sales every Monday morning, no matter how many people it is. And so, aren't you a pain in the neck? I said, no, they want to talk to me.
Yeah,
they want to let me know. Rob was amazing.
Yep.
May was absolutely outstanding. And Tommy wouldn't move his car, and he went through the buffet before anybody else.
Yes.
You got to know, because if you don't know these things, and you know this from everything that you do and all the people that you help,
they just take you off the list. They whip you off the list, and you never even knew it.
You never even know it. You'll never work in that joint. If they see you in that joint again, they'll say, and to the bride and groom, well, you don't want that. You don't want that. Well,
No. Not at all. And I think that, when you're somebody who's especially new, it's great if you're well established and you already have those relationships. That's an easier thing to do. But when you're newer and trying to figure out how do I build that relationship? How do I get out there? There's a few great suggestions that not everybody loves my opinion, but I think that people don't want to refer someone that they've never seen. So it's a great opportunity if you've already got an event booked at a venue or with a planner to really get to shine. But if you
Right.
haven't and you're new and you've got nothing but time in that calendar right now, why don't you say, hey, do you have an event in the next 3 months that doesn't have a DJ yet? If I have the date open, I'll do, the 4 hour reception. If they want ceremony cocktail, we have to add it on, or, lighting, whatever's extra, but I'll do a 4 hour reception, show you what I can do, show you how I can pack a dance floor, and I'll come do it for free. That one event that maybe, you would have just been sitting at home that night, you wouldn't have been working at all because you didn't have anything on your calendar. That maybe 6, 7, $800 that you could have made is the best marketing money you could spend. Because if you do go in and kill it and mix well and announce well and be a team player, if that venue or planner will refer you potentially for years to come because you showed them rather than just saying, hey, I'm great, put me on your list.
Right. What we try to do is, because of all the, blessed to be still here, 10 years clear with everything else. I try to do as much as I can
Yeah.
for kids with this, that, the other thing, and venues.
Yeah.
You bet your sweet behind. I'm doing food tastings for them.
Yep.
Well, how much are you
Yeah.
going to charge
Open
us?
houses.
Nothing. Open
Right.
house, everything.
Yeah.
And and the one thing, and this is going to upset a few people, I do it for free,
Yeah.
and I don't care, because what I'm doing today for quote unquote free is going to make me thousands and thousands of
Right.
dollars down the line. You gotta think with
Yeah.
this.
Think
I,
about how much money you would have had to spend marketing to how
right.
many places, how many Google ads, how much time and energy invested in social media. Think of all those things you would have had to have done instead of that one, but you just gave a magic nugget and you don't even know it. Every single venue and planner, almost all of them have a charity they support.
Yep.
So I worked at a hotel and we every year did a holiday party for this. We were in a small town and we did a holiday party for the special needs school. And
Oh,
so you want to figure out that is the one thing, like whether it's their staff holiday party or a charity they support, when you start supporting, maybe you're not available the day of the event, but you're like, you know what? I can't DJ. We're already booked, but can I bring out uplights? Can I send my photo booth? Like, how can I support the chair?
amen.
Can I make a donation? Can I give money towards the desserts? Like, how can you support the things that they're passionate about? That helps to grow the relationship.
And boy, I'll tell you what, the phone will start ringing. I just heard from one
Yeah.
this morning. I haven't heard from her in a while. She moved to Maine. She's now Zooming stuff around here.
Yeah.
She goes, I'm still thinking about you. Would you mind doing a gig for me in January? Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Anything that has to do with kids, cancer, special needs, anything, I'm in. And I don't
Yeah.
have to make, a lot of these folks, well, I wouldn't, you don't do these things for free. You don't do it for exposure. No, I don't. I know the ones to pick and
Yeah.
choose that
Of course.
you can't be stupid, but
Yeah.
I'm always going to, as much as I can, as much as we can,
Yeah.
that's the only way to do it. And the as you say, the old fashioned
It
way.
is the old fashioned way, but because we live in a world where, there's a lot of ways to build relationships digitally and through email and engaging on social media platforms, and all of that is great. But there is nothing like a direct referral, meaning that, as a DJ, that venue books that client, whether it's a corporate gig, a wedding, a social, a party, whatever. And that client has already built trust with that venue or planner or whoever's getting booked before you. And when they have trust there, when they ask them, who should I use? The statistics is like crazy that when a warm lead comes in, you are 50% more likely to book that. And a referral is a warm lead versus just like somebody finding you on social media or
Right.
finding you through a directory. So it is an old school philosophy, but I think that we've forgotten, especially the new companies and the new ones up and coming, because they're so good at social media and they're so good at that piece. But sometimes they're like, I'm getting clients on my own, but I'm not getting referrals. And I'm like, it's because you're not investing into the relationship. It's a
Right.
relationship. It's a partnership,
Yep.
in between the person who's referring you, they're putting their name on you, and your job is to shine.
It's just so funny. The one thing is, work has become tedious to some of these people, if you will. 2020 changed our world.
Of course it did.
And from then on, it's amazing what trying to get people to work to do is. But
Yeah.
what you're trying to get across, it's just that's what mesmerized me to you, was just everything you said was already here. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It
You
was
guys
already
know this
here.
stuff. It's not
We
math.
all
It's not
know this
rocket
stuff.
science. It's just the
Yeah.
reminder.
It's that quick reminder,
Yeah.
and the nugget, like you said, nuggets. The
Yeah.
nuggets you get are like, oh my God, we used to do this. Why aren't we doing this now?
Well, and I'm not so sure that it was that I mean, we got a little lazy because we got some time off during COVID, but I also think we started to value time very differently, because those in the event industry, if you've been in it a long time, we've had a hustle culture that has just functioned, where we can go 14, 16, 20 days without a day off if you're in your prime season. And because you're humming, like, you might not have an event, but then you're in your email all day and making phone calls and doing those things. And COVID taught us that, you might be able to continue to grow your business. Like, I'm a networking queen. Like, one of my biggest funnels for leads was always networking events. Well, there weren't any.
Right.
So I had to get creative and think outside the box. And you know what? After COVID, I said, I don't have to go to 10 events a month. I can cut that back to 2 or 3 and still use these other funnels I've built.
Right.
So it's just remembering that, like, it's definitely the game of working smarter, not harder, and
Absolutely.
thinking strategically, where are your leads coming from? So that, if you're putting effort, if you're killing it on Instagram and TikTok, keep going. Like, don't stop, but then think, how do I build relationships using the platforms that I'm doing great on?
It's just, I'm so glad I had you on here tonight. You are just so refreshing, and just, it's what this show's all about, is to get people to know my friends on a bigger platform, if you will. And the one, three lessons or takeaways that
Yeah.
you have that you can share with my guys out there that are going to make a difference. The big thing is, we've talked about this. If you get a nugget, and you can write as many notes as you want, but if you don't implement any of those,
Yeah, it's action.
why? But you got to have action. So what do you think? What are your three?
Ooh, 3 takeaways, 3 big takeaways. I would suggest building into your marketing plan for this year, for next year, once a month, one new referral source a month. Don't worry about chasing after every planner, every venue, whatever. I just want you to be strategic and sit down, and maybe for 2024, you make a list of 15 to 20, with the
Right.
hopes of being able to connect with the 12 of them, 10 to 12. Because if you can, I think so many people get overwhelmed by, there's so many venues and so many people to build referrals with. If you can just build one quality relationship a month, by the end of the year, you build 12 new funnels into your business. So that would be my first one, is to focus on one a month.
Like it.
I feel
Like
like
it.
that's manageable.
Yeah. What? Now, this lovely lady is going to be speaking at Wedding MBA, not once, but twice.
Twice. You're stuck with me twice.
Oh, heavens.
I
Oh
know.
no. And I'm not going to be there, so I'm going to have to get it taped. So I
I'll
can I
record it. I'll send you the
I
link. I'll send you the video. I'll send you the
but
video.
you're going to be talking, are they two
Yeah,
different
so
sub?
I've got 2 different sessions. So the
Go
first
for it.
session is about, in the world we live in today, leads are coming in at all different temperatures. So there's that are cold, some that are warm, some that are hot, and most businesses aren't shifting their sales like their process. They're not making that shift in the process to really figure out how's the lead coming in. Like a referral is more of a hot lead and a wedding show is more of a cold lead. And so it's that first session is really about teaching you how to take the temperature of your leads and change your sales processes to adjust to the temperature of the lead. So that's the first session. That will be on Tuesday afternoon, I think at 3:00, or Tuesday afternoon for sure at the end of the day. And then my next session, although targeted at the venue track, if I was a vendor, I would come to this because I'll be educating the venues on how to choose their vendors so that it's a more reciprocal relationship. Because the venues complain a lot about how, we refer and refer and refer and we don't get anything in return. So I'm going to teach the venues what types of things to ask from their vendors, what types of things, how they can vet their vendors better. So if I was a vendor, I would damn sure come because I want to hear what are they. So that one's on Wednesday afternoon. During the DJ track will be going on at the same time. So don't skip somebody really good. You can always message me and I'll share the video. But that one's about really, teaching the venues that reciprocal relationship. So that's Wednesday afternoon. So that's my two there.
My friends, all I'm going to tell you, if you're at Wedding MBA and you don't go see this woman speak, you're out of your ever loving mind.
We have a pretty good time.
Oh, I swear to you, I was exhausted because of
I'm very high energy.
And I'm
very high energy.
And it's who is this woman? And we met, we chatted for a little bit beforehand and everything else. Guys, I'm gonna tell you, this is somebody you want to sit in on and just start taking notes and learn. And besides everything else, I'm honored to call her a friend, and so honored to have her on. And there's a few other things that are going on at Wedding MBA, correct?
Yeah, so we'll have a booth at Wedding MBA also. We're launching a second company that's focused definitely more on education and building resources specifically for venues. But I'll be in the booth most of the day, Tuesday and Wednesday. So the company is called Venue Help Desk. If I was a DJ, I also would love to share a company like that with my venue partners because there's full of free resources on the website, all different people for them to connect with. So the company is called Venue Help Desk, and we'll be at a booth. I think we're in like the third row. I don't remember my booth number, 2508 maybe. I might be making that up, but come find us. It'll be as green's my favorite color. It'll be as green as can be. You'll be able to find me. And
trust me, you'll definitely hear her.
You'll hear me. You'll hear me. But we'll be there all day Tuesday and all day Wednesday. When I'm not speaking, we'll be in the booth.
Awesome. Well, my friends, Shannon, tell everybody how they can get a hold of you.
Oh, of course. You can reach out to me. You can follow me on Instagram, on my personal Instagram, which is at the Shannon Experience, because I'm very inappropriate in that platform. So it's an experience.
Hey, we did well tonight, didn't we, John?
We did. Not one foul word. Not one foul word.
No.
I was told no naughty words. I worked real hard tonight.
So did I.
I was very filtered, John. Very filtered.
This is my third one, and I've been very, very,
oh my God. I love foul and naughty words, but I kept it clean tonight. So yeah, you can follow me over on Instagram. If you need to reach out direct, it's just Shannon at weddingvenuemap.com. And we'll be coming out with a referral course within the next 2 or 3 months. So it'll be a great way to really educate your business, your team members on how to continue to grow that referral resource into your business.
My friends, this has been an amazing, amazing night. I'm sure that you guys got a lot of nuggets. Reach out to this lady. She is absolutely amazing, which is what we're trying to get across. Guys, it's not just about wiki and everything else. How do you get to do all these events?
Yeah.
You everything that she talked about and everything she's going to be talking about at Wedding MBA and everything else, reach out, learn. And I want to thank all of my sponsors again. And Shannon, I can't thank you enough.
Yeah, I'm so excited for my swag bag. I love
the
swag.
Let me tell you something. The swag
I
bag,
love swag.
You won't even know how to use half of what you're getting.
Who cares? No, I know how to use gaff tape. I might not be a DJ, but I know how to use DJ things. Don't fool yourself. I know more than you think.
There's a speaker kit, a first aid kit in there, and you get a speaker wire, earplugs, and a few other things. All my sponsors are amazing. EV, NLFX, Perfect Portal, Blizzard Lighting, everybody. But Shannon, Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for having me and sharing me with your DJ community.
Absolutely. Anytime. My friends, real quick, next week, I'm going to have on, it'll be taped because I have an event, but I'm going to have on my friend Jim Nuzzo. Shannon, I think I told you about this gentleman.
Yeah.
The heart and liver transplant brother. And we're going to be talking about that experience and how do you go, with the struggles, everything else like that. But again, Shannon, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. Everybody else, remember, Big Daddy loves you, and so does Shannon. Have a
Sure
great
do.
night.
Bye.